figured, well, we're all at home. I just am doing my own yoga practice, so I might as well invite some of my friends to join me. So welcome. So let's just find a comfortable place on our mat. Finding the sits bones grounded into the earth. You can have a leg straight or bend, whatever works for you. Rest our hands at our knees. Palms can be up. If we're wanting to receive, palms down. If we're trying to ground ourselves, whatever works. So let's just take a moment and notice, paying attention to the body and what's happening today in the body. You might notice a spot that is a little more irritated than another right now. And we'll make sure to honor that spot in our practice. Pay attention to the breath. You don't need to judge it, what's happening with the breath. Just notice what's happening right now. We're just an observer of that breath. Now let's start to guide our breath. So let's take a deep inhale through the nose for the count of 4. Pausing at the top, and then exhale through the nose for the count of 4. And pausing at the exhale. We repeat that again. Breathing in for the count of 4. Holding that breath for the count of 4. And then fully exhaling for the count of 4. And hold it at the bottom for the count of 4. Just move at your own pace. It's called box breathing. It's a way to center us. We'll do one more round. And then when you finish that round of breath, just let the breath land wherever feels right. And let's start to move. Let's bring the hands to the shoulders and move the elbows up and around. Bringing some awareness to our shoulders. Moving and breathing at the same time. And then let's bring both arms up to the sky, taking an inhale. Bringing the hands to heart center, exhaling. And again, hands come up, inhaling. And set our hands on the earth on the exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And last time, inhaling up. Exhale, hands on the earth. Bring the right arm up, inhaling, reaching over to the side. And again, inhale. And to the other side. Let's do one more each direction. Moving with the breath. As we're tall, we inhale. And as we bend, we exhale. Let's bring both arms up on an inhale. Bring the right hand to the opposite knee. A very gentle twist looking over the shoulder. Come center, both hands up, inhaling. Let's go the other way, exhaling. One more each direction. Inhale up. And then bring all the air out of the lungs as we twist. Last time. We'll inhale up. And on the exhale, rest our hands on our knees. Do a tuck and hollow out the belly in a seated cat stretch. And then bring the heart forward on the inhale, seated cow. Exhaling back to cat. Coming forward, inhaling. A couple more times. Pull the navel back into the spine. And coming forward. Let's take our ribs to the right. And then hollow out, going to the back. Getting our ribs to the left. Coming forward on an inhale. Exhaling back. We're just kind of doing a barrel roll. Getting some movement in the rib cage. And come to the front, and then we'll reverse it. Kind of pulling back onto our knees. Rounding. moving, getting some fluidity. And then we'll pause and we'll notice. Let's flip to our hands and knees. So I'm going to be on the side so you can see me. You can face the front if that works better for you. But let's extend the left leg, bringing it up. And the opposite hand out. Thumb is up. Spinal extension. And come back down. Let's take the other leg out. Flexing the heel, reaching the opposite arm. Thumb is up to get that external rotation in the shoulder. And pause. And then we'll just move through those a couple of times. Inhale as we reach. Exhale, coming back down. Keep moving. 2 more times. And we'll pause. Let's separate our knees, bring the big toes together, and go into a child's pose. So if your forehead's not quite reaching the mat, make fists and rest your forehead on the fists. So we can just extend the spine, feeling comfort in the arms. Keep breathing. In fact, breathe into the ribs. Breathe into our back. Coming forward, knees are now parallel. We're coming to a kneeling plank. With the elbows rolled in, as if we're squeezing oranges under our armpits. Let's lower halfway down. And push back up. Take a breath. Lower halfway down, exhale. And come back up. 2 more times. So hug the elbows into the ribs and push up. Last time. And push up. This time we're going to take ourselves all the way down nice and slow. Round up into cobra. Hands are beside the rib cage. And let's lower back down. Keeping the elbows narrow. Rise back up to cobra. Let's shake our heads no. Light touch in the hands. And come down. 1 more time. Come on up. Inhale. Let's boost the hips a little bit. Curl the toes. And go to down dog. You can pedal out the feet. Moving side to side in our hips maybe. Head is heavy, shake it out. No tension there. Let's go through that half flow series. So we're going to come to plank. We can stay on the toes as we lower down or go to our knees first. Coming all the way down. Rise up to cobra, inhale. Lift the hips, exhale, down dog. Let's go through that flow a couple more times. Toes or knees as we go down. Cobra, come on up. And lift the hips. Once more. Breathing in. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. And we'll meet in down dog. Let's pause. Notice how this feels. Let's lift up on the toes. And lower the heels. And up on the toes and lower down. So we're up on the toes. Let's also bend the knees and come forward. So our knees are just hovering. And boost back to down dog. Let's go down to that knee hover. And back to down dog. 1 more time. Hovering the knees just above the mat. Pause, 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 pause. Abs are in, we're breathing. We can do this. We can do hard things. Lift up to down dog. And let's look up at the hands and walk our feet to the hands into a forward fold. So notice my ribs are down on my thighs. Bend your knees enough that you can do that. So we don't want to be locked-kneed. Knees are bent. We're going to rise up to a half fold, so it's a flat back. Exhale, fold. 1 more time. Come on up, inhale. And fold. We're going to press down in our feet, rise up to chair, or rise up to standing, and then go into chair. Let's rise up again, inhaling, and chair. 1 more time. And we'll hold chair, making sure the tailbone's tucked under, our heart is open, our throat is open. We can have our hands at heart center or be in extended chair. It's a choice. Breathe. So the moment that you want to come out of the pose is when we're truly doing yoga. Root down to rise up, inhaling. Swan dive forward to a fold. Hands on the mat. Step back to plank and down dog. You can stay in down dog, or let's go through one of those half series flows. Come on up, and we'll meet in down dog. Let's extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, bring the knee with us as we come to plank. Back up again, inhaling, and put it down on the exhale. Other side. Bring the leg up, inhale. Come to plank, bring the knee with us. Take it back up. And let's come to down dog. One more time, looking up at the hands. Walk the feet to the hands. In forward fold. Rise up to a half fold. And fold. Root down, rise up to standing. And we'll go to chair. One more time. Rise up, inhaling, and back to chair. Pause and breathe. Open the heart. We can be in extended chair. We can have our hands here. We can have our hands here. We can go a little bit deeper and challenge ourselves. Yoga is about resilience, staying with it when we want to quit. Rise up, take a breath in. We're going to step our left foot back into a high lunge. Let's pause and breathe. Fold forward, hands beside the front foot, and we're going to lower the back knee and curl the toes. On the next inhale, rise up, and then sink on the exhale. We're breathing. We're sticking with it. And then fold forward. I'm going to take my left hand forward and bring it back. And just let it swing forward and swing back. One more time. And the next time it comes forward, we're going to let it rise to the ceiling. Follow it with our eyes into a twist. Pause and breathe. It's hard to breathe during a twist, but we do it. And we're going to untwist. Hands on the mat. Lift the back knee and step forward into fold. Rise up to standing, taking a breath. We're going to take the other leg back into a high lunge. Once again, opening the heart. Breathing. Take another breath in. And dive forward. Hands beside the knee. Lower the back knee and curl the toes. Low lunge. On the next inhale, rise up. Exhale, settle. We're breathing, finding our balance, finding our strength. And then come on down, hands beside the foot. Let's bring the left arm forward and just swing it back. We're going forward and back, getting some mobility in that shoulder. And the next time, I'm going to bring it forward, take it up to the ceiling, follow it into a twist. And bring the hand back down and twist. Lift the back knee. Step back to down dog. You can stay in down dog, or we'll go through one of the flows. Come on down. You might be ready for an up dog, maybe. And then back to down dog. Let's lift our left leg to the ceiling. Take a breath in. Bring the knee through. Step it onto the floor. You might need to help it like I do. Pivot the back foot 45 degrees. Rise up on the inhale. We're in Warrior One. So in Warrior One, make sure the glutes active. That helps support the back. The arms can be beside the ears. You can support your head and let your head rest in the hands. Whatever works for you. You can even have them on your back if that feels better. Warrior One. We're going to pivot the back foot into Warrior Two. So in Warrior Two, the front heel should be in a straight line with your back arch. Shoulders drop down the back. Looking out over your front middle finger. We're breathing. Turn the front palm up. We're going for reverse warrior. And back to warrior two. Again, reverse warrior. Hand can be at the back. It can be running down the thigh. Back to warrior two. One more time, reverse warrior. And hold that warrior two. We're breathing, finding our strength. Front leg's getting a little warm. So we have two choices when things get hard in life or in yoga. We can ease off, right? We can ease off. But sometimes we don't have a choice. So we just breathe. And we turn our attention to that single pointed focus. Let's straighten the front leg. Ah, feels better. And let's go to triangle. So my triangle is keeping my hip on my hip, my shoulder on my shoulder. This shoulder hurts a little bit, so I'm going to rest it back here. Your hand can be wherever it feels best. I'm going to come back to warrior two. And I'm going to turn my toes to the front, and I'm being a straddle. Take my hands to the back. They can be rested on my hips, or they can be interlaced. I'm lead with my chest, come down to a straddle fold. The head is hanging heavy. The arms can be reaching up to the ceiling or resting on the back. And then let's bring our arms to the mat. We're going to go side to side in a bend here. Side to side. And then I'll hold it to the right. And breathe. I can walk my hands over maybe, or keep them in the middle. It's up to you. Let's go to the other side and hold it there, breathing. I'm going to bring my hands to the short edge of the mat and step back to down dog. Breathing. This time I'm going to lift my right leg. Take a breath in. Bring the foot through. Help it if you need to, like I do. Pivot the back foot. We're going to rise up to that warrior one. Once again, settle. Using the glutes. The arms can be wherever it feels best for you. And this is tricky, because I want to get out of this maybe right now. You stay where you are. I'm moving, okay? Stay there. We're going to pivot the back foot and find ourselves in warrior two. Yeah. Shoulders down. Looking out over the front middle finger. Feel the feet grounded into the earth. Front palm up. Take a breath in. Reverse warrior. And again, we can look up. We can look front. We can look down. Let's go back to warrior two. Breathe. Feel that front knee pulling to the back. Reverse warrior. Yeah, grounding the feet. Back into warrior two. Front legs getting a little warm, a little shaky maybe. Warrior or reverse warrior. Staying there. Feeling the feet strong, the legs strong, the abs strong. And come back to warrior two. Good. Gotta be able to see your big toe. Hold that pose. Let's straighten the front leg. Reaching forward, 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 popping the back hip to triangle. Yeah. Your triangle might be down here. Your triangle might be here. Your triangle might be here or here. Triangle, we're opening the front of the body into a twist. And then bend the front knee into warrior two. Nice job. We're going to turn the toes to face the front again. You might need to move around because you might have been, take a breath in and sit into sun pose. You might have been facing the back. It's still a work in progress here, this figuring out how to do this with just myself in the room. And come back up, inhaling, and hold that sun pose. Traditionally, we're in the mudra where our pointer finger and our thumb are together. We're opening the knees, opening the hips, opening the heart. Once again, I'm starting to feel warm. This is when a true yogi just breathes and focuses. Breathe in and straighten the legs, and we're gonna straddle fold forward. Ah, that was good. Good, good, good. Bend the knees, hands on thighs, opening those knees a little bit more. Stand up. Beautiful. Let's take the arms out to the side. Bring the right arm in front. Cross the left arm underneath. These are eagle arms. We're going back down. And once we're down here, we're just going to kind of sway side to side. And keeping the elbows crossed, let's reach the hands to the opposite knee. Letting the head hang heavy. And then let the arms go. Once again, bending the knees, hands on thighs, safely stand up. We're going to do the other side. Bringing the left arm in, crossing underneath, leading with the chest. We will fold forwards, kind of sway side to side. We're getting a nice stretch in our shoulders, right? Side to side. And then hold it there with the elbows still crossed. Reach for the opposite knee. Let the head hang heavy. Feel that nice shoulder stretch. Then we're going to let the arms go. Let's walk our hands to the short edge of the mat. Step back to down dog. Fingers spread wide. Maybe the hips are a little higher to the ceiling this time. Biceps right beside the ears. Hold that down dog. We're going to lift the left leg. No, that's your right leg. And bend the knee into a hip opener. Breathing into that hip. And then straighten it and bring it back down. And then the other side. Bend the knees. So the knees facing one wall, the heels facing the other wall. Breathing into that place. Straighten the leg and bring it down. Let's look up at the hands. Walk, step your feet to the hands. We're in fold. The legs might be a little straighter now because you're a little bit more warmed up. Come on up to a half fold. Breathing in. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to root down into the earth, rise up to standing, and we'll find ourselves in chair. Now I'm going to turn to face you. You can face whatever direction. But in chair, let's bring our knees together. So we're pressing the knees in. I'm going to take my opposite hand to the knee. And the same hand, my right hand to the hip. Start to look over the shoulder, keeping the knees side by side, my hips squared to my knees. I can extend my back arm if that feels good. And we'll come back to center. Take a breath in. Opposite hand to knee. Exhale, twist. Extend the arm if that feels right. We'll come to the front, inhaling. Knees still pressed together. Exhaling. Once more. Inhale. And exhale. And let's hold chair. You can be extended. You can have hands at heart center. Hearts open, throat open. Getting a little warm, right? Let's lift one heel, put it down. Lift the other heel, put it down. We can lift both heels maybe. We can sink a little lower. It's up to you. We can extend the arms. But feel those inner thighs, feel the quads. Make sure the tailbone is tucked. Let's make sure we're breathing. I'm starting to shake, I don't know about you. But this is resilience. We keep going. A lot of times in life we're going to want to give up. We're going to want to just quit. Sometimes in life we will fall, but the floor is always there to help us back up, right? We only fall and then we get back up. Let's lower both heels. Rise up, breathing in. Step out and let's find mountain pose. Mountain pose we can always return to find our grounding, find our footing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Feeling anchored, feeling secure. Good, let's take a breath in. Swan dive, exhale to a fold. Breathe. Breathe. We're going to hold this fold for a little bit. And then we're going to rise up to chair. Our legs are apart this time in chair. Tailbone tucked. Let's see if we can go a little lower in chair. You're like, I just got out of this. Yeah, we can do hard things. Okay, really feel our feet firmly grounded into the floor. Press down into them and to rise up. And mountain exhale. So I'm going to turn sideways. You may or may not need to turn sideways. Step the left foot back into warrior one, opening the chest. So with my left foot back, I'm going to bend my left elbow. Maybe I'll face you. And I'm going to hold that elbow, pull it behind my head. So we're doing half cow face. If you want to do the full cow face, you would take your hand behind, and they may or may not touch. Once again, we're opening the heart. And take both hands up, inhaling, and dive forward. Breathe. Let's step back into fold. Root down, rise up, inhaling. We'll take the other leg back into a lunge. Hold. Take the opposite arm. Bend it. Either hold on to the elbow. I'm going to turn to face you. Or you can do the cow face arms. This way. Once again, opening the chest. I'm going to turn back again. Yeah. Bring the arms up. Breathing in. Dive forward. And we get to do our last down dog of the day. I know that makes everybody sad. Breathe, 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 breathe. Let's come forward to plank and hold that plank. We're going to put our weight into our left hand. Lift the right hand up off the ground into a side plank. Here's an option. We can lower the knee. Balancing kneeling side plank would be this. We can hold this. We can hold this. But breathe into it. That's all we can do sometimes, is breathe when things get hard. Come back to plank. We'll go the other way. I'm going to go this way so I can see you. I can't see you. Who am I kidding? Kneeling side plank. Balancing kneeling side plank. Make it your own. And then go for it. Stay there. Breathing, 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 breathing. Come back to plank. Hands right underneath the shoulders. Hold that plank. Abs pulled up. Resisting gravity. Gravity's trying to pull us down. We're resisting that. Let's come to the knees and flip around to the front. Beautiful. Both legs out to the front. We're sitting tall in staff pose. You might think staff pose, that's nothing. That's not hard. Yeah, it is. Practice lengthening the spine. Breathe. Just notice. And then keeping that flat, tall back. Let's let our hands rise up. We're probably going to bend our knees a little bit as we forward fold in a seated position. Reaching the heart through, reaching the voice box, the throat through. You can drop your head, but keep the spine long. Very long. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And then we're going to come back up. Nice job. Bend one knee. We're sitting tall. We're going to hold the opposite hand and knees. Rise up like we're a barbershop pole and look over the shoulder. Breathing. And then come back to the front. We'll go to the other side. So the foot is flat on the floor. Opposite hand to knee. I'm going to put my other hand behind me and I'm going to rise up, inhaling, and then wring out the air as I look over my shoulder. But it's not just the twist from my head, it's the twist from my rib cage and my shoulders. And then hold here. Let's come back to the front. And extend both legs. I'm going to turn sideways and roll down to the mat. all the way down. I'm gonna bring my heels in really close. And then cross one leg on top. So I'm crossing my right leg over on top. I'm taking my hands out into a T position. So my right leg is now going to reach over to my left hand as I do a twist. That foot can come to the floor, and I'm going to turn my head in the opposite direction. And if this is not comfortable, find a place that is for this twist. And then bringing it back. We'll set the foot on the ground. Lift the left leg up, cross the knee over, and take the knees to the right side. And I turn my gaze to the left. Let the shoulders melt into the floor. We're not fighting this, we're going with it. And let's bring the knees back. Let's put our arms beside us on the floor, feet side by side. Heels in close to the hips. I'm going to raise up into a shoulder bridge. So there's not any weight on my neck. The weight's in my arms, my shoulders, reaching my knees out towards my toes. Our glutes are activated. Just hold that. It's a type of inversion. Feeling the length in the front of the body. We'll bring ourselves back down. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Separate the legs. We can maybe grab our ankles, roll side to side, grab our big toes. Let's do a straddle. Can't grab your big toes, that's fine. We just grab our thighs or our shins or our knees. And we'll bring the legs back together. And then we'll rest them on the floor. Getting ready for Savasana. So the knees can rest against each other, allowing the back to relax. Or we can straighten out the legs. And feel the connection of our bodies with the earth. Notice those points where our bodies and the earth meet. Pay attention to those. And then go into the rest of the body. Noticing those spots that maybe you'd noticed at the beginning. How are they feeling now? How does your body feel as a whole? Is it tired? Do you feel heavy? See if we can release some tension that we might be holding, unbeknownst to us. Just do a body scan. And notice what we might be hanging on to that we can let go. We're in a safe place. Sometimes our body hangs on to tension in our muscles because we're alarmed, we're afraid. We need to be ready to run at any moment. But right now we're safe. And allow ourselves to sink. We worked really hard at controlling our muscles earlier. And now's the time to let them rest. And let our bodies sink deep into the earth. Start to take a couple of deep breaths. And roll to our sides, and we'll stay there for a couple of breaths. When you're ready, push up to a comfortable seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Hands can be resting on the floor or on your knees. Just keep your eyes closed and notice what's happening as we come back to our real lives. Yoga is practicing for real life. And today we are practicing that resilience. When we want to come out of a pose, we hang in there. We keep going. And we find what we need to do to keep going. And in this case, we found our breath. The people we admire for exhibiting excellence are not the people who are perfect, or the people who succeed every time. They are the people who recognize the road to achieving every goal is paved with victory and defeat. The triumphant are celebrated not because they win every time, but because they never quit when they lose. We are more resilient than we could ever imagine. So let's keep going. As we open our eyes, let's let that really sink into our hearts, into our souls. As we finish, we'll bring our arms up to the sky, taking a deep inhale. Exhaling, hands at heart center. And may you keep the practice that we just did today in the bodies, realizing we can do anything. We may fail a couple of times. We get back up and keep trying because we are resilient. Thank you for practicing with me today. May you be strong. May you be courageous. And may you be resilient. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.